Hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
I'm Christy. I used to smoke cigarettes. I had smoker's cough and severe shortness of breath, and I knew I had to quit. Then I tried e-cigarettes, but I just ended up using both. I really didn't start to get better until I quit smoking completely. My tip to you is just cutting down on the number of cigarettes you smoke isn't enough.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People City Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
Ashiro's work is never done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now, it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit asiaretirement.org/Shiro today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this. They actually say it's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
Can you give us like 2 things that's going down at the bottom of the car?
It's punching in the stomach, ankle twisting. Sounds like a haunted house when it's like 18 people piled up on the ground. Sounds like
There's rumors of twisting.
Yeah, we did that. We're not ashamed of it.
Twisting everywhere?
Yeah, we twist anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we the black shirts. We play like that.
That didn't happen.
I'm serious. I witnessed it. I did it. I contributed to it.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday season is upon us. And wow, do we have some really awesome incentives to share with you. Right now at Koppel, we're offering 0.9% interest rates or $6,000 off select Chevrolet and GMC models. Yes, you heard right, 0.9% or $6,000 off select new models. In addition, Costco customers can get special incentives for this entire month. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus with approved credit.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planting season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. I'm Harrison Arns, running the ones and twos. Host, as always, the Mornay Pearsonell in studio. And I think tonight we got a little bit of NFL lined up. We want to talk about Aaron Rodgers because it's insane that he's likely to already be back way sooner than anyone thought. I mean, it turned out to be when he came out for that Jets home opener. Were you able to watch that live, or where were you at when that happened? Go for it. My bad. I had the wrong mic on for you.
I was at the bar. And I seen it happen. Like as soon as he did, I was like, "Eee." They replayed it. I was like, yeah. But for him to be where he is right now, like that's crazy.
When he first came out throwing the ball already, I was like insane. After like
he's not like he's pushing off of it at 2 months. Like I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what type of recovery, or I understand, he obviously he gets, the best of the best of whatever, but still like the Achilles is the now ACL career ruiner. Now they haven't quite figured it out how to, bounce back completely for that. You remember a couple, probably 8-9 years ago, probably, you tear your ACL, that's the worst thing ever. Like the Achilles is that now. And you can get back from it, but it takes a while for, people to really, bounce back. So the fact to see him doing that and everything like that with only 2 months.
His name is, we'll quick talk about who the doctor is because it's insane. This guy's background.
Where do you go to school at? What?
I'm sure it had been Harvard or Yale or somewhere the best of the best. Of course, is the Wi-Fi, but he's basically. I know he's worked for Kobe Bryant. He's worked for obviously Aaron Rodgers. He did Joe Burrow when Joe Burrow went down.
Okay.
He's also worked for a litany of players.
I know he did.
I think he did Schwarzenegger too at one point.
I know he did Dobbins.
Yep.
Achilles too. But yikes! Like, ooh, if you're the guy, the go-to, like everybody's flying. There are people out to get stuff done by you and everything like that. He's in a good line of business. He's high commodity.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's the leading physician for like multiple teams too, across multiple sports. Like he's just the guy.
What teams in the NFL is he?
I know there's a couple MLB teams. Wow, and this computer is just giving me hell right now. That's part of the problem here. As I keep,
it's all good.
Okay, here we go. We're getting somewhere here. So I know he's worked for.
Where's he based out of? He got to be like LA.
He's probably LA. So this is just crazy. Dr. Neil Tracci, also the head team physician for both Dodgers and the Rams, and serves orthopedic consultant to the Los Angeles Lakers and Ducks. Los Angeles Ducks. Okay, yep. Okay, wow. Graduate from Notre Dame, 1981.
Oh, okay.
And then University of Pittsburgh, 1985, and then got a general surgery internship at orthopedic surgery residence in Pittsburgh as well from 86 to 1990. So the dude's been in the game for a while.
He's it. He's winning.
It's just insane. Who like the track record
he specializes only in that, or just period in all acts of? Because I mean, baseball, I got to think that's like a lot of shoulders or
he's done some Tommy gun surgeries. I know the Achilles is kind of like what I feel like he's really renowned for, just being able, like, if you tear your, I think Klay Thompson might have been one of them as well. He's worked for let's see, he's also worked for Kobe Bryant's Achilles, Tom Brady, Zach Greinke, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ringo Starr, Joe Burrow's torn ACL.
Oh yeah, so
MCL. So he got his MCL. Saquon Barkley's torn ACL. Chris Sale's Tommy John surgery. Kelsey Plum's Tom Achilles. All just in 2020.
Yeah,
he's the guy.
He's an all-star. Okay, got it. So it don't matter what it is, he can fix it. Got it.
Pretty much.
Okay.
You call it Dr. Neil Tracci.
Yeah,
but he's definitely based obviously in LA, based on the head physician. Can you imagine the money you got to be rolling in if you're the head physician of multiple professional teams?
I mean, they paying you to pretty much be on just to be there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure if he's not on the sideline, he's somewhere close. Because typically, team you go to games, the team doctor is typically there. Like if you look across college, across any sport, the team doctor is in the building for most games. So I mean, not only that, I'm pretty sure he has to do something with the Chargers as well. Like
I'm sure he's gotten a few phone calls before.
Easily.
But I'm sure he's also got a schedule where he's like, I'll see if I can get you in. I got how many people that want my surgery, and he can probably charge a pretty hefty price at this point.
Pretty penny for that one, which is, I mean, you coming back from Achilles in 2 months like that, and they're talking about you can come back at the end of the season and still play. Yikes.
Yeah, with Aaron Rodgers again, I don't think anyone's expecting it this fast.
He looked good.
Yeah, so I mean, and again, the Jets, they're only 4-4 right now. The Dolphins 6-3, Bills 5-4, but the Bills haven't quite been that juggernaut either. You wouldn't anticipate them to be 5-4 at this point.
It's all about when you hit that stride to the playoffs and everything. The Bills are in a good position. They're a sneaky team that you got to watch out for. That division you might have three teams coming out of there to go to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They can have a team at in the 5-6 position for the wild card, and just be in there. So I mean, their division outside of the Patriots, but you still got to respect them just because of Bill. Their division is tough. It's not. I wouldn't say it's the toughest in football right now, but it's one of the ones.
Yeah, I mean, it's arguably still probably one of the tougher. I mean, because you're probably looking. You want to say the NFC East just because the Eagles, Cowboys, but you got Commanders, Giants dragging it down.
AFC North is probably the hard. AFC North. You got Cincinnati, you got Baltimore, you got Pittsburgh, and you got the Browns.
Yeah, that's probably the toughest one for sure.
You can say what you want to say about Pittsburgh. They still find a way to win.
Yeah, I respect the hell out of Mike Tomlin. He can coach.
And Cleveland has I think they might be the number one defense in run stop or something like that.
Yeah, they still are.
So I mean, they're not giving up a ton of points. All they got to do, they're a couple games winning, from being in it. You don't got to necessarily win your division. You just got to be in the elite to win enough games to get a playoff spot. So I think that's the toughest division.
I think it's pretty fair. I mean, they're all 5-3 outside of the Ravens at 7-2. And look out for Lamar Jackson. He's on MVP run, I think. He's been playing out of his mind.
And they're not talking about it enough, honestly.
And not at all.
They're not, which is crazy. Outside of him, I don't even know who.
You'd have to go outside the QB position. It's kind of been that year, I think, because you're not giving it to Mahomes. Russell Wilson's had pretty much the same numbers, just a lot more losses.
So if you're saying Mahomes is in the MVP race, then you got to put Russell in there, regardless of wins or losses. Like if it's a stat driven game and everything like that, okay, then look at the stats.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tyreek Hill, of course. I think if he continues to stay on the pace he is, he'll probably be the offensive MVP of the league.
Yeah, 100%.
I think he'll get the 2K receiving yards this year. I think, and that's huge. Nobody else has done that. Period. And so if he accomplishes that, like I think he will,
I think he's going to. My favorite part when Tyreek Hill first, some of those earlier games is like, man, why does he keep, scampering, running backwards all the time? He's just that fast. He can get the angle on you if he does that in a second.
I've seen him in person. Like, it's different. You see it on TV and it's like, oh yeah, that's quick. He's really, really fast. No, when you see it in person, it's a completely different.
Did you see Waddle in person? Probably not. Because they weren't on the same team at that point. Because I hear that Waddle actually on breakaway speed, they say it's not that.
It's not that big of a. It's not that big of a.
Pretty close. And some people would say Waddle's got a little bit more twitch than just a straight run.
I think I've seen Waddle in his early, within his first or second year, I think. And it was different, but to how Waddle's playing now to how he was then and everything like that. Not to say he wasn't confident, but it takes you a while to, kind of get adjusted to the NFL league and actually, just to mix things up. It's not bad, but it just, when it comes to with Tyreek, it's only one other person that I wouldn't be mad with you, taking over Tariq, and that's Devontae.
Mm-hmm.
When in terms of when you're looking at releases, when you looking at route running and just getting the ball and everything like that, like those two are in their own different type of category of their own. People can say Jefferson, which you're not wrong, but I just don't think it's there. He's the one of them just yet. He's not far off from it.
He's more of like they're a little bit of different skill sets too, right? Like
Mhm.
obviously Jefferson's he's more of a guy you can high point the ball with him. Tyreek Hill can do that too, but he's definitely got a height disadvantage right off the bat. He's more just a burner with speed.
It's different. Like they're all game breakers, they're all game changers and everything like that. But if you got a first pick to start your franchise with a player
Mm-hmm.
and any picker of what receiver and everything like that, 1A, 1B is Tariq and Devontae, point blank and period. Like I said, I'm not saying that Justin isn't what he is, and respectfully so, and everything like that. Is just they're right there. They're in a league of their own, and like I said, Justin is not too far from it.
What do you think of Cooper Kupp in that landscape? Because he came back from injury, popped off his first game, and he's kind of been struggling since. Low targets too. It doesn't help the quarterback's out. That's part of the situation.
They
look a little lost in general.
They're trying to figure out like other pieces and everything like that for him to step up. And I think you can say he's healthy and everything like that, but I mean, if you hurt and you still recovering, you probably still playing with some stuff and everything like that. I like Coop a lot, and I've seen him in person. I've had a joint practice with the Rams twice, so I've seen the one-on-ones and it was not pretty. But he's again, they're all great people and everything. Like they're all good in their own aspects, and people take turns with having the best year and everything like that. You can have up years, down years, depending on your offensive line or more opportunities and whatnot and everything like that. I like Coop. Kupp is nice.
I will say this: what that roster has is they just got it. Just I shouldn't say that whole roster, but Poku definitely one of the guys too. Just to lead, because I know Cooper Kupp. It's not like he's still a plenty fast guy, but his footwork. If you watch him just for a whole game and you watch him over, even if he doesn't get the ball thrown to him, he's typically leaving with a few ankles, like consistently throwing guys off the route. And that's just what makes him elite.
He knows, what spots to get, the defender to get him out of his way and make him, feel threatened by which position, which way he's going. If he's going inside and coming back outside, hopping back in. He just puts the pressure on guys, and you got to respect it.
Mm-hmm. Keenan Allen's a lot like that too. His footwork, I think he arguably might have the best because he doesn't. Okay,
no.
Who do you think's got the best footwork?
Devontae. It's not close.
Okay.
I'm
always impressed by him because he doesn't have the speed, but he gets people off every single time.
It's Slay has his own way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Being in the AFC West, playing with the Raiders and the Broncos, you got to see both of those guys a lot. And just the way how he mixes things up and everything like that, his change up with speed and everything like that is deceptive. He's quick. He's sudden. It's crazy. He's he's two. If you want to go, with just routes and setting stuff up, I think behind Devontae, he's number 2.
Okay, that's where I'm just watching him is just a joy to watch. If you want to learn to be a good route runner,
you can go Calvin Ridley. I think Calvin Ridley is underrated by a lot of people. If you watch what he does in his work of art, good luck.
Even Adam Thielen, who last year, which is kind of crazy, he was kind of looked like he was like on the fringe. I'm not going to put him up there with those other guys, but it's crazy. He gets traded, and now you look at Adam Thielen. He's balling out this season. Like he looks like he didn't take a step. It looks like he took 3 steps forward. Everyone thought he was slowing down, and now he's just killing it.
A new change of scenery. Like you in Minnesota for so long. You fighting with Diggs. You fighting.
They get Addison in there. Jefferson comes along.
It wasn't even that, but I mean, you were in Diggs with a guy for so long, and Minnesota does what it does with getting their guys out of there. And then you bring in Justin, and it's like night and day. So I mean, something had to give and everything like that. So I mean, it just sometimes a change of scenery for people is probably what they needed. And I mean, you look at he's not bad or anything like that. It's not because he wasn't producing. He might have not gotten the right opportunities.
He had a low target amount for sure.
Exactly.
And a lot of that's just
that's not him. That's not his fault.
Yeah,
so,
he's open up over those.
Yeah, I mean he's killing it in Carolina. They got a young quarterback. You getting him a veteran, receiver that's friendly to him and making the job easier on that quarterback and everything like that. You got a good coach. He used to be the Colts old head coach.
Yep.
When they were going back and forth with Tennessee and whatnot. So it's just right situation, just perfect storm, and wishing them the best and to continue to stay healthy.
Yeah. Before we go to break here, I do want to bring up Lamar Jackson's stats because again, we said it earlier. Don't think he gets talked about enough.
He does.
And again, 402-464-5685 on who you think right now is the front runner for the MVP, because it could be one of those years where I think we probably won't see it at the quarterback position if it's not Lamar Jackson. We'll see. So there's plenty of season left. Someone can really start turning it up here. But right now, at this point in the season, he's 181 for 253. That's puts him at 71.5% completion rating, 1,954 yards, averaging about 8 yards, 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. And that's just his passing. You go to his rushing as well. And
he hasn't even been doing that crazy.
That's the thing. Like, they haven't schemed it up for him like that this year. But when he decides to run,
he can.
He is so effective at picking it out. That has been, to me, the best development out of Lamar Jackson, because he's always had that. But now he just knows how to really pick and choose. And when he turns on the burners, he knows he's got you.
It's still easily like I said, I don't understand people. Why are people so upset or not looking at him to what he's doing and whatnot? It's crazy.
I'll say this much: he's definitely my favorite right now for the MVP. I don't think it's that close either. Like, it's just kind of been, we talked about it, it's not been the greatest year for consistent quarterback play, other than Lamar Jackson. He's pretty much been the most consistent. But we got to go ahead, throw it to break here on the Don't Punt Hour. I'm Harrison Arns, running the ones and twos. DeMornay Pearsonell, host as always. We'll talk to you guys on the other side.
Gary Michaels Clothiers celebrates 40 years of serving Nebraskans in the men's clothing industry. 40 years of some of the most memorable moments. In our way of thanking you for 40 years, we are offering a 40% discount on any single one item in the store. 40% off any suit, sport coat, slack, sport shirt, sweater, outerwear, or shoes. To receive your 40% off on one item, be there by November 11th. Gary Michaels, 40% off for 40 years, located at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Hey, it's Jake Sorensen. Tune in this Thursday as Early Break with myself, Steve Sipple, and Bill Bush broadcast from the Nebraska Army National Guard UNL East Campus Readiness Center to honor Veterans Day. You won't want to miss this one. That's this Thursday for Early Break from 6 to 8 a.m. at the UNL East Campus Readiness Center, just north of 33rd and Holdridge.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow Mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Experience flexibility like never before with Ace Rent-to-Own. Whether you're decorating a new home or upgrading your electronics, they provide easy payment plan options that suit your budget. No credit checks, no hefty interest rates, just straightforward renting solutions designed with you in mind. Find great options to make a beautifully furnished space or surround yourself with the latest gadgets. With Ace Rent-To-Own, it's all within your grasp. Visit acerenttown.com and bring home more than just a product. Bring home a lifestyle.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this. They actually say it's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Kreekak, at 402-474-1173.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Kreekak, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in to Ticket Weeknights. I'm Harrison Arns. This is the Don't Punt Hour here with the host, Mornay Pearsonell, as always. Over the break, we dove into a little bit of the Michigan scandal again. That's been a fun one for just about everyone involved, trying to wrap our heads around it. Connor Stallion obviously gets leaves, resigns, quote unquote, for the betterment of the squad. His lawyers
getting paid.
Yeah, I mean, it's a paid walk away,
literally.
And they're denying that, like, we didn't know this. I will say this: their defense right now is basically, we didn't keep track of him. We didn't know
he was doing those things.
Yeah, which,
well, if you can prove that in court, then so be it.
I'll say this much though: I It was funny listening to Matt Rule's press conference yesterday. I don't know if you caught it, but towards the end, they really tried to press him on it. And it's
I heard what he said. It was funny, but that's the media for you. The media tries to spin and say different things and whatnot. So kudos for him for not falling into that trap.
Yeah, he's been pretty consistent on that.
Mm-hmm.
He basically just lies on his like, well, like I'm gonna say something just to defend my players, but I'm not. I don't know what the investigation looks like.
Who nobody knows unless it's them, and even still, you don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, people are mad and frustrated and upset and everything like that. I get it. But I mean, if you really think about what necessarily goes into, a game planning and whatnot, the team has all your film. You have the film on your team. The team that you're playing has the film on you and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And they found, they did something differently, a little bit more excessive, and whatever the diversion and everything like that is. And one guy, you can say,
Stallion,
he thought outside of the box, thought he was, slicker than what it was and everything like that. And that situation happened to be what that situation is and everything like that. But I mean, it's not like Michigan wasn't winning. It's not like Michigan wasn't winning 9 games beforehand. It's not like they weren't dominating teams beforehand. It was only really one team that they couldn't get past, and a lot of people wasn't getting past that team regardless, and that was Ohio State. So I'm not saying it's okay for them to do what they did and everything like that. I'm not saying that at all and everything like that, but you have to understand, like, you can watch film and pick up certain stuff and everything like that and understand, what teams are gonna want to do and try and take it away and everything like that. Now, it's like I said, it goes further on with them being correct every time and everything like that and whatnot. That's different. But like, I'm not saying what they did was okay. It's wrong and excessive, but you getting the film and everything like that already.
Yeah, the only way this bodes really, really bad for them. Again, it's not great. You could borderline say it's egregious what they did. To the extent we'll find out, how far over the line they were. But if they figure out like when there was actually the table of when it started, and if their wins and losses, I take a significant uptick. Which
then
that's the only way
that would
I
be
could
intriguing,
see it.
But it's the NCAA has their hands full necessarily on, addressing the situation and everything like that. Because if you give them a slap on the wrist, then what's to say that everybody across the NCAA won't have multiple people at games picking up stuff and everything like that?
Yeah,
so,
the only difference is they'll be smarter and buy the tickets some other way.
Of howing to hide it.
Yeah.
So it's like I said, it's a lot going on.
It's pretty fun to see all the finger pointing in the Big Ten now, because now you're seeing more and more people.
I just want to know
on the side stealing on who did what.
I want to know what the actual facts are. You got these people breaking this and breaking it. What are the actual facts? Like, cut all the BS out. Like, what actually happened? Like, what was the law? I wouldn't even say laws, the rules, or that was broken. And to clearly paint the picture and everything like that. Everybody has a pretty good assumption of what it was and everything like that, and you won't know until the investigation comes out, and you still playing with your thumbs and waiting on that to go down and whatnot. But
yeah, it looks like basically
I don't know how you handle that. I don't know what necessarily is what you call, like, justifying that, or do you fire Harbaugh? Do you suspend the school and everything like that? At the end of the day, the kids get affected by it and everything like that, because it could be like a thing for Ohio State where they got banned from bowl games for trading merchandise for tattoos. So that's harmless, and they were affected and not playing and everything like that. So I don't,
which is still just insane.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's the kids get hurt more so than the coaches.
Yeah, they always draw the shorter straw.
So
on these scandals,
so it's just a frustrating situation and everything like that. Like, nobody's, and the funny thing is nobody's pointing at the kids. Like, nobody's saying they're cheating. It's all higher management and everything like that. But they will take, you know what I mean? So that's the irritating, part and with stuff and everything like that, because they're only doing, what they're supposed to be doing and going through stuff and everything like that. So it's not fair to them. You're taking opportunities for kids to, to get seen and play in those games.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State, and I think in those years that they went, 11-0 or undefeated, I think once or twice during those sanctions. So you can never say, you went and played in the national championship or X, Y, and Z and everything like that. So it's just, and it's not their fault.
And it's been a rough year for the Big Ten as a whole. You think about it, if you're the Big Ten, you start the season off, you hear the PJ Fleck with Minnesota. You got
Then
players calling it a cold, which that one kind of fizzed out. Northwestern, Michigan State with Mel Tucker. It's just been a hell of a year.
One thing after another, and
I'd like to know what the paperwork looks like stacked up in their office right now, trying to sort all of this out. And as the Michigan thing gets more and more and more heated with traffic, I'm sure the Big Ten coaches are chiming in there like, hey, we got to handle this, because they're going to be able to make a decision for the NCAA again.
Well, if you do that and everything like that, so do you vacate, because the ranking still came out and Michigan is, I think, still 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
So however prolong the investigation and everything like that, do you just pull up at the end of the season and say Michigan beats Ohio State again and can go to the Big Ten? Do you pull them out of the Big Ten championship? Like, do you and once that happened, do you take them out of, one of the top 4 schools to compete to go on and play for the national championship? So how do you, make an example,
Mm-hmm.
you can say, but that's fair on all sides. And you know what I'm saying? So it's, there's a lot of stuff that they have to go through and, make sure that it's fair and they get it right.
Do you think he finishes the year as Michigan's head coach? Do you think they come to any decision before the end of the season that would decide whether he is suspended for a year? Or if
It depends. So, okay, so
completely, or
do you give them, two choices? Okay, well, if you fire Harbaugh, then, the sanctions won't be as bad. But if he stays there, like, do you punish them even more, or like there are harsher punishments for him staying there and everything like that? Like, there's so many ways that you can necessarily look at it and it can go. It's hard to say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Michigan wants to lose them. Like,
no, I'm sure they're all
okay.
bought
So
in.
you let Harbaugh go, or you're forcibly firing him and everything like that. Who do you go after to replace that? Like, that's not an easy,
I mean, we've seen Michigan when they were really bad for a while before we even got there. I mean, they were selling, if you got a Coke, you get a free ticket to the Brick House. Like, that's how bad it was. So yeah, they definitely want him to stick around. And
so what does Harbaugh want to do? Is he tired of the situation in each year? He's on a hot seat, and he just couldn't get past Ohio State for a couple of years, or does he wipe his hands and just go to a fresh start and attempt to go back to the NFL? You never know how he feels.
Mm-hmm.
Does he want to stay and everything like that? Like, you got kids coming and committing, to you. Like you have a job and responsibility of preparing them, as men on and off the field. And because of a situation and everything like that changes. Yeah, like that can alter, kids' life. So that's not an easy choice to make for him, probably. And that's not an easy choice for the NCAA to make or whatnot. So I don't know necessarily like what it is. If they get a sense it's bad, really, really bad, and if he steps away and everything like that, it might not be as bad. That might be a sign, but you don't really know until it all comes out and it's the last second, or you know what I'm saying? So they're obviously, I don't think it's too mad, or they would have suspended him, for more games, or told him to take a leave of absence and everything like that. And Michigan has done their part on what it looks like to, okay, well, we punished, we fired the guy and we did this and we did that and everything like that, to kind of like, all right, well, this is what we did after, figuring or finding stuff out. But you don't know until, the league comes back and says something, and, that takes a while.
I'm going to be guessing he's going to be heading to the NFL. Just if I had to put money on it, I don't, it's not like I have any real inside knowledge, but if I was him, this would just be such a massive headache at this point. You kind of finally break that barrier. And then this starts, the story goes out. It's getting to the point where again, now because you're ranked so high too, it's not like just the Big Ten's looking at it, because they're going to be slotted right now, and I'm expecting them, the way they continue to dominate games, whether he's on the sideline or not, they're going to be slotted for that playoff spot. So now you got all these other teams that, depending on how they look at it, then the NCAA, this is going to be more than the Big Ten problem. The NCAA, obviously, it's their problem already, but they're going to have to really figure out, because, say if they wait too long, the championship game happens and Michigan wins it, would you have to go back and give it to second place? And then you'd have to figure all that out. It could just be
when they took Reggie Bush Heisman away, did they give it to the second guy? No. So
you're just having no champion that year.
Probably. Like again, I think they handle it before it gets to that point.
I would think so.
I'm thinking probably by the Big Ten championship, that now that the season is over and everything like that, they will be informed that they are playing it, or they're eligible to play in it or not, or depending on what happens with the investigation, does the committee even pick them as one of the 4 teams, regardless of their record and everything like that? Like they cannot just get picked. So there's a lot of outcomes. There's a lot of ways of looking at it and everything like that. And it just depends on, like I said, that's something that they have to figure out sooner or later, because it's once the conference championship games come or are approaching and everything like that, everything speeds up and whatnot. So it's not an easy subject, and I'm pretty sure they're talking every day about it and figuring what's common ground and whatnot, but still.
And all the coaches are figuring it out too. And I do want to play this audio clip again. This is kind of Matt Rule's, where the media was really trying to figure out an answer out of him. So even Matt Rule, it's everyone's kind of walking on eggshells trying to figure out how to explain this, especially if you're, at a head coach position at a Big Ten school. But here's Matt Rule on a question about Michigan's defense to the allegations. Again, the defense being Connor Stallion. We didn't know where he was. It wasn't our job. So basically asked Matt Rule, like, hey, as a head coach, wouldn't you know where all your analysts are? So here's Matt Rule's response.
There's not an analyst on our staff that wouldn't be at a football analyst that wouldn't be at a away or home game with us. At a home game, there's not one person that doesn't have duties assigned. At an away game, there are some people that we would leave behind. But there's not a coaching analyst on our staff that doesn't travel with us and have a job. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying very hard here. I just think, I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm only speaking for our team. I don't ever want to cast shade on other people and other teams. Like I've been that guy that, the whole world's kind of taking shots at you, and you're, so I'm not saying that. What I am saying is I just want the 60 minutes of the game fair. That's all I want. The 60 minutes of the game fair. And, if we have a game and it's a big game and we have recruits from all over the country come in and the game gets ugly quickly and gets ugly right away, and those kids all kind of look at me like, well, I mean, even if you lost the football game, it's a little bit more entertaining if it's a little closer. So again, I just want everything. I want everything to be fair. But at the same time, like when I called my son after the game, my son said to me, he said, tough calls, Dad. I said, yeah. He said, hey, control the controllables. That's my 18-year-old son. So we're going to control the controllables. And again, I do appreciate the Big Ten and the way they handle things, like, very communicative. And if you send a play in, they get back to you, and they don't always agree with you, but you learn a lot about them. So they're doing everything right. So it is what it is.
So you can see he kind of gets off there.
The Big Ten definitely sent him a couple letters like, yeah, we got a couple of those plays wrong in the game, and we apologize for sure.
Yeah, that's where we went to the Michigan State there at the end. And again, the replay drives me nuts. We talked about that yesterday, how you can possibly get the replay wrong. But yeah, that was kind of a lot of yesterday. He'd talk about the Michigan, and he just kind of continued to transition into more about his team, which is smart, because that's a tough position to be in.
That's how you play it. Like, nothing wrong with that. He's
waiting for the full thing to drop before he says anything.
He's setting off smoke bombs to that's over there. This is us. You know what I'm saying? So good for him, and that's how you win things. Nobody likes a guy who points the finger.
Absolutely. We got to go to break here, but nonetheless, we'll may play one more Matt Rule audio clip on the next segment. But this is the Don't Punt Hour with Demorne Pearson, Harrison running the 1s and 2s. We'll talk to you guys on the other side.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club, or space club, and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Vershawn Jackson for Brant Excavating. Brant's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brant is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brant Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to brantexcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brant Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go big Brant.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this. They actually say it's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Bure's Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
Can you give us like two things that's going down at the bottom of the car?
It's punching in the stomach, ankle twisting. Sounds like a haunted house when it's like 18 people piled up on the ground. Sounds like
There's rumors of twisting.
Yeah, we did that. We're not ashamed of it.
Twisting everywhere?
Yeah, we twist anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we the black shirts. We play like that.
That didn't happen.
I'm serious. I witnessed it. I did it. I contributed to it.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Gary Michaels Clothiers celebrates 40 years of serving Nebraskans in the men's clothing industry. 40 years of some of the most memorable moments. In our way of thanking you for 40 years, we are offering a 40% discount on any single one item in the store. 40% off any suit, sport coat, slack, sports shirt, sweater, outerwear, or shoes. To receive your 40% off on one item, be there by November 11th. Gary Michaels, 40% off for 40 years, located at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planting season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday season is upon us. And wow, do we have some really awesome incentives to share with you. Right now at Koppel, we're offering 0.9% interest rates or $6,000 off select Chevrolet and GMC models. Yes, you heard right, 0.9% or $6,000 off select new models. In addition, Costco customers can get special incentives for this entire month. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus with approved credit.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite tailored light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. Final segment of Ticket Weeknights. Don't Punt Hour with DeMornay Pearsonell. I'm Harrison running the ones and twos. Over the break, we kind of talked about the quarterback situation here at Nebraska. Obviously, last game for Harburg, not his greatest. Did give us a chance at the end there to possibly win it with that long run. But up until that point, it was pretty rough performance. I'm sure one he'd love to have back. 1 fumble, 2 interceptions. So would it lead to Steve Sipple asking this question at the presser? And I'll get your opinion on it as well, DeMornay. I'll bring you in. But he says, is there a clear QB order?
Without seeing practice, I ask this because we don't see practice. The quarterback right now, is it a defined 1, 2, and 3 for you guys?
We give Jeff reps with the ones at times. So he gets to rotate in. We're not like your traditional practice. We get more guys reps. So there were times last week, early in the week, that Chuba took some reps with the ones, here and there, not as much. He gets more 2 reps and then some 3 reps. But yeah, Jeff does get reps with the ones, as does obviously as does Heinrich.
So you kind of right there completely skated the question. So that kind of tells me I don't know if there really is QB order. I think it's something where maybe it's maybe game plan by game plan, depending on who you have.
He answered it without answering it.
Break it down for me.
He didn't necessarily distinguish one from any different. He stated what it's already is. Like, he's not gonna give doubt to other players or anything. He's trying to not, show any type of separation or anything like that. Everybody's equal type thing and everything like that.
Which in my eyes it should be.
Sims is not going in.
That was tough.
Purdy's not going in.
I think that's correct. He did say, Harburg's still the starting QB. There's no question about that. He answered that.
Point blank and period. So that's what it is. That's what it's gonna be. Harburg, as his play is and everything like that, he's done things that the other ones haven't, and only one of them has gotten an opportunity to show what he can do, and you've seen what he can do. So, would you rather 4-5 turnovers a game and a for sure loss, or 2 to 3 turnovers and we have a better chance of winning? Well, which one would you take?
You're always going to go with the better shot.
All right then.
Mm-hmm. I think that's kind of where I always hear that, obviously the backup quarterback's always going to be everyone's favorite player. When the starting QB doesn't have a great game, but we've kind of seen it all before. They all do the same thing. The only guy who's got a little bit of a twist in his game would be Purdy, because he was credited with the throwing arm, but we have seen that really hasn't came to fruition either. So again,
there's a
no
reason.
surprise to me.
There's a reason why it hasn't been switched.
Exactly. We're not at the practices, but they are.
There's a reason why, and I don't know the reason. I haven't gone to practice. I haven't seen it. I'm just outside looking in. they're rolling with the guy that's won them games.
Yeah. I mean, again, you got to give Harvard credit. I know it's maybe not the prettiest, but the game management, that's kind of the style of ball that they're playing, and he's been able to operate that just enough. Turnovers aren't great, but he seems to do enough to win a few of those games. Michigan State disappointing, but we will have Maryland up next, and we'll talk about that before we get to the end of this week's show for the Don't Punt Hour. But up next, we got Outside the Box with head coach Rocky Russo and Joel Norman. Don't go anywhere.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor